Today, we're taking a little virtual trip to Penticton, British Columbia, to check out a place called the Balcomo. Now, the whole idea behind this place isn't just to give you a spot to crash for the night. Nope. It's all about creating a space where you can actually make some lasting memories. So, let's see what that's all about.
Think about it. When you're planning a getaway, what are you really looking for? Is it just a bed and a roof over your head? Or are you hoping for something more? The Balcomo is kind of built around that very question, promising a full-on experience, not just a room key.
I just love this phrase, cozy sanctuary. It totally shifts the focus, right? It's not just about kicking back and relaxing, it's about actively making those unforgettable moments happen and reconnecting with the people that matter most to you. That feels like a really intentional and honestly a pretty great approach to a hotel. All right, let's start where any great stay begins, the room itself. We're going to take a look at what makes the Balcomo feel less like some random hotel and more like your own personal home away from home. So you've got plenty of options here, everything from a deluxe king room to these awesome luxury kitchen suites. But the thing that really stands out, and you'll see guests mention this over and over, is the quality. These rooms have all been recently renovated, so you're getting a space that's fresh, modern, and really feels thoughtfully designed. That's a huge plus. But the experience here really opens up once you step outside your room. The whole hotel is kind of built around this big central courtyard. You can tell it's meant to be the heart of the place, a spot to just hang out, maybe play some games, and actually connect with each other in this beautiful open-air setting. Okay, so we've covered comfort, but now we're getting into what really makes the Balcomo special. They lean hard into this idea of wellness, and this is a huge part of their identity. It's where things start to feel very different from your typical hotel. Just look at this list for their wellness center. It's incredibly complete. I mean, you've got the classics like a year-round hot tub and a sauna, which is great, but then they take it to the next level with a therapeutic cold plunge and even dedicated spaces for yoga, meditation, and reflective stuff like journaling. It's a really holistic way to think about rejuvenation. And what's really cool is that they even suggest a kind of routine to get the most out of it. You can start with that invigorating hot and cold therapy with the sauna and cold plunge, then ease into deep relaxation in the hot tub, and finally, finish off by reconnecting with yourself mentally. It makes the whole idea of a wellness routine feel super approachable and not intimidating at all. And just when you think you've seen it all, the options just keep on coming. There's a seasonal pool, cozy fire pits for the evening, a playground for the kids, a fitness center. They even have a complimentary bike station so you can get out and explore. It honestly feels like they've thought of pretty much everyone. Of course, no great trip is complete without great food and some local adventure. So let's see how the Balcomo hooks you up with the taste of Penticton, both right there on site and out in the wider community. So here's the deal. You have a choice. On one hand, you can totally dine in. They've got an on-site restaurant, poolside service, and even a guest BBQ area if you want to do your own thing. But on the other hand, they really encourage you to explore out, get into town, discover the local restaurants, the little shops, and of course, the world-famous Okanagan Valley wine country. So that on-site restaurant is called the Local Public Eatery, and this description says it all, doesn't it? Local craft beers, a wine without rules mentality, I love that, and food that comforts the soul. It just sounds like a super fun, relaxed place to gather right there on the property. You know the old saying, location, location, location? And the Balcomo seems to be perfectly placed. It's right next to the Penticton Golf and Country Club and just a stone's throw from the convention center, making it a perfect hub whether you're there to play or you're there for work. Okay, so we've heard what the Balcomo promises, but does it actually deliver? Well, you know the best way to find out is to hear directly from people who have actually stayed there. So let's check out what fellow travelers have to say. This first one from Susie really hits on that element of surprise. She says she was expecting a typical hotel, but got something that felt like a 5-star resort. Wow. That says a ton about the atmosphere, the service, and those beautiful garden spaces we were just talking about. Sean's review here points out 2 major strengths. Those beautiful new rooms and that restful courtyard. And he connects it right to what they were doing, a group tour of wine country. So he's basically saying, hey, if you're doing this, this is the perfect base of operations. Now, Frederick, he really zeroes in on the rooms, and his words are pretty powerful. Immaculately clean and far exceeded my expectations. He's backing up that whole story about the recent renovation, saying everything felt fresh, modern, and thoughtfully designed. That's a massive endorsement. And Dawn's review is about as clear as you can get, right? Absolutely the best place in Penticton to stay. She wraps it all up, the awesome rooms, the perfect amenities, and just gives it a huge, enthusiastic thumbs up. So we end up right back where we started, with that whole idea of creating memories. After seeing the beautiful rooms, those amazing wellness facilities, and hearing what actual guests have to say, it seems pretty clear that the Balcomo is way more than just a hotel. It's a backdrop for an unforgettable experience, just waiting for you to come and create your own story.